It's time.
It's
Oh,
time.
can you still hear me?
I can still hear you. Can you not hear me anymore? Did something happen?
Oh, I can hear you. My little thing just said that it was muted, but it's not.
I'm like,
Clearly.
as soon as we start, no technical difficulty. As soon as we start. Uh,
Hello!
Hi,
If
everyone.
you wanted to see our chat before we actually logged on, you gotta look at RJ's live
Live.
TikTok stream next time.
Yeah,
Because she
those
starts it
behind
early for
the
some
scenes.
reason.
Because I don't want to
Behind the scenes.
yeah, I don't want to start here because last time, because I rewatched the stream to edit it, last time I forgot to set it up beforehand, and then I was like trying to converse with you and set it up, and you were like, "Hey, focus on what you're doing." So I'm like, "We're not playing no games today. We are ready to go."
Yeah. I had to focus you multiple times. Yeah.
What happened? I've got ADD
You've got stuff.
things.
Okay.
I try my best.
Do you want to discuss the dates that we're gonna do?
Yes. Okay. So because of the holidays, we are going to switch up some of the dates
Yeah.
coming up. Honestly, we're just gonna skip
So
over the one. Go ahead. You have them all written down
next week we don't have one
already.
automatically, and it's Thanksgiving. So then the next one will be the 30th as regular, and then we decided so it'll be the 30th, the 7th, and then after the 7th we're gonna take a break
Mhm.
until New Year's.
Yep.
So that'll be from the 7th will be our last one of the year, and then we'll resume in 2023.
I know. Oh my god, I can't believe it's already 2023.
Yeah. So
Ooh,
we can do like an extra thick book or something, maybe, for
it
that month.
was
Or we can just,
kind of thick. Maybe it's not kind of thick. Maybe it's just real slow.
what was really thick was Things We Never Got Over. And I never
Un-
got over how much I hated that book.
Unnecessary though. It was. I mean, even when I did that video, because you saw it, because you commented, I hate that book. I did the video, and it
Yeah.
says like me vibing with, and I really wanted to write in the comments, "JK, I never fucking liked them." All right, so we've got the new dates out. I will also update the chat for the next couple months just so everybody can see it. Let's pick our next read
Yeah.
on top of Ignite.
Let's
I'm gonna
pick
set
it.
a little bit
Yeah. I
ASMR.
think it's Ignite Me.
Also, I have a spare mic that I will mail to you. Oh no, what is it?
Motherfucker.
Mother.
It's The Love Hypothesis.
Mmm.
Another one I never wanted to be cursed with.
Mm.
I got two book talkers in a row. I got two book talk books in a row.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Well, now you're officially a book talker.
Oh,
Those
this is what it took.
that's the price of admission. Yeah,
Okay.
I think
Speaking
everyone.
of the price of admission.
Yeah, you're gonna hate Love Hypothesis. Let's talk about. But this one, I love. I love this one.
Okay, so I actually didn't hate it as much as I thought I was gonna hate it.
Mhm.
It just took so long
Yes,
to get into.
I started tabbing when things got a little spicy. When things started really
Can you
picking
tell
up.
me why the first 50 pages is her being insufferable,
Mm-hmm.
saying, no, no, he doesn't like me. He doesn't want to go to the wedding. I'm not taking him to the wedding. Aaron, please. It was someone talking? Like,
Yeah,
you're 28.
I think. I think for me, so I told you this, but for everybody else, I listened to the audiobook first. And the
Right.
woman who read the audiobook was like wonderful. Like she was hilarious. She did really well with the bilingual like crossover. She was really funny. And I think if I had just read this beforehand, I actually don't think I would have made it that far because we all know I'm not a big fan of slow burn.
No, it's really slow. Yeah.
Yeah. And I also I've this is one of the few exceptions that I've ever made where it's like I really don't like a completely clueless main character, like where she's like, "There's no way he could like me." Meanwhile, he's like next to her on his hands and knees, like begging for a chance. And so,
He's like, I'm literally in love with you. And she's like,
what? No,
excuse me?
you hate me.
She's
Yeah,
like, me? I
right,
don't think so.
right. Because why else would he offer to fly across the world and meet your whole crazy ass family when you're already crazy? He literally started learning. He started learning Spanish for you, babe.
Yeah. I had nothing against him. I think he's great.
I love him.
Really high up on my book boyfriend list. He's fantastic.
There are people who hate him.
Um,
I don't know why.
he literally did nothing wrong this entire book.
Even the thing that made her so aggressive towards him was not worth it.
He didn't even do anything. Like the
Like,
third act breakup, which lasted maybe 4 pages. Like he walked away because she was saying she wasn't interested
mm.
in pursuing. Yeah.
Because he made their relationship public. Like he confronted that guy, and she was upset about that.
No, it wasn't because he made it public. It was because he was like confronting that guy, and she was having like
Right,
flashbacks about the
right. Yeah,
professor. Yeah.
yeah, and just imagining it all going down. And so when people are like, "What?" Because his name's Aaron Blackford. When people are Aaron Blackford like haters, I'm like, he didn't do anything. It's one thing if you're like he's a little bit bland, like his whole personality revolves around Lena. That's
Yeah, that's
fine.
fine.
But he didn't do anything wrong. Even like what made her hate him in the first place, where like she brought him something and he was like, "What the hell is this?" I think I
Yeah.
also would have said, "What the hell is this?" And not
Yeah.
and more out of like a panic, right? More of like a I get uncomfortable when I meet new people, especially in situations of power and things like that. So I would have also been like, "What's going on here?" And she really,
Yeah, and she was also mad because he said something like, she's so young, I don't want to work with her,
yeah,
or she overheard
yeah,
him saying that.
mm-hmm.
But then later he was like, yeah, I said that because I was in love with you.
Because I was already distracted by you and I couldn't handle being around
Yeah.
you. And even then, that's one of those things where it's like that's like a long miscommunication, right? Like it's one of those things where it's like, well, if you had just been like, excuse, like knock on the door, hi, I just heard what you said. Do we have some kind of problem because I brought you a ficus? Like, what's the issue? Done.
A ficus.
She brought him some kind of greenery.
I don't think so. I thought she brought him like a candle or something.
Oh, I thought it was like cactus. It's been a while. I
I
have
don't
reread
know.
this book multiple times, but it's been a while since I have.
Yeah, I was gonna say, did you brush up on your tabs at all?
No.
Or are you just holding me to
Oh,
it?
we're winging it.
Oh, excellent.
Mm-hmm.
So the main plot is
No, it didn't. Wait, Lexi said no, it didn't. What didn't?
I don't know what that's in reference to. I saw that. I don't know. What
Maybe
didn't
she's saying
Lexi?
it didn't warrant because I said it didn't warrant how she treated him or how angry she was.
I don't know. We've been rambling, so I don't know what that was in reference to. Anyway, the plot is Catalina Molina is from Spain, correct?
Yep.
And she moves to America, and we find out later because her ex-boyfriend was her college professor. It wasn't a slow burn.
I felt
Lexi.
like, but my favorite kind of book is the one where like they start off as like having some kind of like either hooking up or like hate sex or whatever, then they fall
Oh
in.
yeah.
So normally the sex happens halfway through. For me, the sex happening in the third act, I was like, whoa, we're really dragging it out here.
Yeah,
Especially,
the sex didn't happen until that one red tab at the top.
oh, Lexi
Yeah,
said,
what
absolutely.
what do you suggest? Of course.
Waiting on bated breath. I hope she's
What
not.
if she's like,
I,
I suggest you guys go fuck yourselves?
I suggest you stop talking shit. I
Can I
hope she's not
suggest
still
you write a
driving.
book? I suggest you write a book,
Yeah, you guys
and
figure
then
out all
you
these
can
books.
talk about it. You dumbass bitches.
What if
What
you?
if that? What if she just turned on us? She's like, I can't fucking stand these
I would.
two.
I might burst into tears, dude. Right then and there.
I know, Lexi, be easy on us,
I
please.
know.
She probably is still driving. I don't know.
I know. I don't want her.
That's a lot of commitment to the Good Girls Book Club.
I wish we
I
could.
wish we could do a Zoom meeting so we could discuss the book. Yeah,
We've talked
I
about it.
think that's something we've thought about. The only issue is there's so many members, and I don't know how many would actually want to participate, but maybe that's something we can do with a smaller group of people with like a different book or something, because obviously I would like to hear what everybody has to say too.
So
Yes.
we've talked about it, and I think at first, like when we first started, like I think our first stream had like 50 people at one point, and I was like, ooh.
Yeah, our first stream was like 50. Last time we had a lot. It's always up and down with like how many people we have, but like on RJ's TikTok live, we always have way more. So, I mean, it's definitely something we can look into.
I'm totally down because
And
I would love to meet some of you guys. So I'm totally down to do
yeah,
it. I just have to figure out because then the other aspect of it too, because when I looked into it, certain Zooms can only do. That's not a bad idea. We can do a max. Certain Zoom, like you have to have a certain like level of Zoom to have a certain kind of like conference call,
Yeah.
and so it might cost money, which is why I think the other reason why I hesitate.
Yeah.
But I'm totally down to do it. And when we take the break, there's a couple other things that I want to get done, so I'll look into doing it more because I want to meet everybody. And like I hate starting and then like turning and being like, oh wait, what happened? What did I miss? So I'll
Yeah.
look into it. I'm totally down to do it. I have no problem with it.
RJ handles pretty much everything. All I do is pull the little beans out of the jar and
Honestly,
read the book.
I'm just so busy that like I needed this break during the holidays
Yeah.
so that we could set up, because we're gonna switch this over to a separate platform, but just to make my life easier. So we're switching some things around, but I mean we could do a max. I wouldn't be opposed to like maxing out like
We could do a max. We could do like a Patreon thing. We could figure out what we could do for that. Especially doing a Patreon if it does cost us money to do Zoom, I think would be something we can look into.
yeah, because I have to find out how much it costs. That's I think for me that's the biggest thing. It's like this is free to
Yeah.
us.
Yeah.
Zoom was my only thing where I was like looking at it. I was like, oh, there's like different licensings and stuff, and I at the
Yeah.
beginning I was like, I don't even know how many people are gonna want to participate. Like I remember when we hit like 100 people and like the third day of starting the book club, I was like, that's fucking crazy. I really thought it was. I am surprised that there's like 900, almost like 1,000 people in the
Dude,
Discord
there's like a
now.
thousand people in there. Yeah.
So
It's crazy. I don't know. Honestly, a lot of people are in there just talking to each other, which I think is great. Like a lot of people have made friends through
yeah,
the book club, which is kind of the whole point to
yes.
begin with.
And I love that it's a little bit more self sufficient because then like I said, I'm hella fucking busy,
Oh
and
yeah.
I only pop
Yeah.
in like once a week. Um,
Yeah, I
Yeah,
try to
no, I
pop
will
in
look
there
into
too,
it. It's
but
totally something that we have talked about. I even have built in because I know that Discord has started building out. That's why I was waiting because Discord was building out some of those video chat, voice chat services.
yes.
I was waiting
Yeah.
until they were, that's right. I was waiting until they were done with that to test that out. So if you want to be in a test group, let's do it because I want to see how they built all that
Lexi,
out.
you're our friend too. Yeah, maybe we can
Oh,
put you in a test group with like you and I know Steph is usually used to be in all these, but then we moved the day.
yeah.
Yeah, there's like a handful of you that are constantly like in the Discord and constantly on the live stream. So we could definitely do some sort of test group
Yes.
when we come back from break and figure it out.
Discord has built some of those services. There's also a point where like we didn't have enough people in the Discord at first to start some of those services. So
Yeah.
we went with this and we kind of have just been doing this. But I think that the video chat services all build out, which might be nicer because then people won't have to leave Discord to do other things. So I will look into it and I will let you know once the holidays have concluded. I am not in the emotional or mental headspace to fix it before the next chat. I can tell you that.
That's fine. RJ works like a billion jobs and is in school and is a mom.
And
A single mom.
am now studying for my entrance exams into dental school
Of course you are.
because I can't just stop. Anyway,
You also
back
have
to
a
the
bachelor's in what, film, and you did
English.
something for business,
Yep,
something.
4 months away from graduating with a master's degree in business. Got a little pregnant,
Just a little bit.
just a little pregnant. Um,
Little.
queen shit. Yeah, as I've said multiple times, I'm rewatching Jersey Shore, so I am not doing well. But it's okay.
I'm rewatching Gilmore Girls,
Mm-hmm.
which, as we both know, is a
That is
comfort show of mine. It's
yeah.
like looking at my homeland, just white people everywhere.
You feel at home.
Right at home.
Amongst my people.
Yeah.
Also, back to the slow burn.
Yeah.
I read Mariana's. So, yeah. Okay, so I don't know how much experience you have with
Wait, who is that?
Zapata.
No.
This big bitch. I'm about to show my whole ass. Ready? I know.
Oh my goodness.
Shorts. Don't be dramatic. This big
Oh
bitch.
my goodness.
This is the one in the video.
No.
If you've ever seen me do like the.
Oh yeah. Bitch, are you gonna fuck or not? It's an iconic video of yours. Yeah.
So,
Listen, this one, I've been in a depressive mode for a little while. That seasonal depression, everybody knows I'm on birth control after having a baby, hormones,
yeah.
it is what it is. I would have liked this a lot more probably if my headspace a little bit better, and if I didn't
Mhm.
wait until 2 days before the stream to start reading it.
Yeah. Honestly, that
Yeah.
pressure to finish it before like really affects whether or not I like a book. Not gonna lie.
I'm like, oh God, I have to finish this fucking thing. Okay, anyway, we got a little sidetracked, but
We really did.
basically, they go to a wedding. They fall in love.
Yes.
His
After
dad has
her
cancer.
her,
The end.
her sister's wedding, right? Her sister. Yeah, her sister's
Yeah.
wedding. She's got some drama with her ex back home. And so she didn't want to go by herself.
Fucking Daniel.
Fucking Daniel. Daniel was a piece of shit. The fact that he was even there, because I understand that
Yeah.
I know that she's marrying his brother, but like his brother should have been like, yo, you did this whole family dirty, dog. I can't in good
Daniel
faith.
is so gross. He was her fucking teacher. She was 19 or 20.
Daniel,
Yes, Lexi, he is a bitch boy.
I agree.
I think she was 19 when they started dating and he was in his late 20s.
Mm-hmm.
Um, which is gross.
Well, he was her professor.
And her professor, yeah, waited till she was done with his class, but was a little flirty.
Yes.
And then the second everyone found out, they started calling her a whore and a slut, saying she slept her way like to
Yeah.
graduation. And he did nothing. Yeah,
No, he
bounced.
let her really go through that by herself. And I think to the point where that's why she ended up not the only reason, but she ended up moving. She went back
Yeah.
to school.
Yeah.
So
She said it wasn't because of him, it was more so everybody like seeing her one way when that wasn't even remotely like the case.
hmm I
Yeah.
think so I like this book. It also was the book that got me back into reading. It was the book that got me into book talk. So I have a lot of like nostalgic
A
value.
special place in your,
Right.
but you can skip the first 50 pages. Let's be real.
You can. But
Yeah,
I will
you
say,
don't need it.
yeah, I think that Lena, like, if I hadn't listened to the book first, the audiobook, and that actress hadn't done such a good job, I don't think I would have liked it nearly as much. I still
Yeah.
would have liked it. It's really up my alley because Aaron Blackford is just like daddy, but
I like him too, honestly. And
mhm.
I don't know why people don't like him. I don't think there's much to not like.
No,
Like he's
no
basically the
problem.
perfect man.
This is my fourth book. Yeah, that got me back
Yeah.
into reading The Love Hypothesis. Love Hypothesis is just like for me. It's not bad, um,
Yeah.
but
I haven't read it yet. Can't wait.
yeah, I have to read the next one.
Isn't that a Kylo Ren fanfic spinoff?
I didn't know that at all. I'm just a hole for
Oh, Lexi says I'm just a hole for Aaron
Me
Blackford.
too. Listen,
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah, he's
patiently
hot.
waiting for him to like materialize.
Yes, it is a Kylo Ren fan fiction. The Love Hypothesis. I knew it.
I guess I don't.
From
So I don't
Star
know
Wars.
about Star Wars. Yeah, in what
It's
context?
the newer ones. It's the newer ones with Daisy Ridley and what the hell is that guy's fucking name? Adam Driver?
Yeah,
Those two characters,
I
I
know who they
think.
are. I don't think I know.
That's the fanfic.
Hmm.
It's just like how 50 Shades of Grey was a Twilight fanfic.
I feel like we need to bring Lexi on as a host. She is so knowledgeable about like the
I
content
know,
of
she's like,
audiobooks.
excuse me, you
I
dumb
know.
bitches.
We just read them and show up, but like Lexi will literally break it all down for us and be like, "No, it is this, it is." This. I'm like, oh, "Good, I'm happy
Yeah.
that someone's here to
Thank
teach
you,
us
Lexi.
because we really
I'm
wouldn't know
glad you
otherwise."
know what's happening.
I did
Yeah,
not know
no.
that. That like changes everything. I wonder if that's why
Well, I can't wait to read it with that knowledge.
the second one had like apparently like, got shit reviews from everybody that I follow. Was like the second one,
Oh, yeah.
and I
I've heard
bought it.
that. I don't know. I haven't read either one of them, so I've never read that author either.
I think she's a solid author. Anyway,
Oh,
back to the book at hand.
can I talk about my grievance? One
With
of my grievances, okay, please? Okay.
financial deception.
Yes.
Okay, I'm like,
Okay.
we're all over the place.
Here is how she is described, okay? Um, Everything about me was pretty standard where I came from. Brown eyes and brown hair on the shorter side, not thin, but not fat, wide hips and a small bust. Millions of women that fit that description, so I was average. Okay.
That's not average.
No, who's this?
Pushy. This must
I'm
be
sorry, who's this?
This must be your other bitch.
Who's this?
Yeah, that must have been
I know the author. I know the author doesn't have anything to do with the cover art. Am I blurry
Well,
now?
they
But
have
like,
final
who
approval.
is that? Yeah. Like, who
Yeah,
is that?
yeah. I don't know. I think yeah. You
That's so
ranted
blurry.
too hard. You broke your camera. You got too mad. Camera couldn't
I
handle it.
got too angry. Clearly, I got
Get
too
really
pissed off.
close and then slowly back up. I've had to do that. Oh wow. Okay.
Did that work?
It did. I don't think it had to be that slow.
You told me to get close
No,
and slowly back up.
I appreciate the conviction. That's you went for it.
Anyway,
Yeah, this must be
I
the.
don't know who this
I don't know.
bitch is, but that's not Catalina from the book. I don't
Well,
know who she is.
that's the thing is like, you know, it's. I think my issue is that like whenever whenever there's a thick girl, it's always like that, or she had big old bitties, but it's always like I still got a small waist, so I have an issue with that. But I'm at the point. I think I'm at a point in my life where I'm like, I just appreciate if they're not like she had slim hips and a sick and
Yeah.
and a
Well,
flat
she says,
tummy.
she goes, I have tiny boobs,
Yeah.
but a fat ass.
Yeah.
So,
And so part of me appreciated it.
like,
I was like,
and
okay.
I'm short, and she's short. Like they touch many times on how small she is compared to how big he is.
Yeah. And so I'm like,
Which,
okay. I appreciate when we write a thick queen, but we didn't draw a thick queen. So I'm
no,
we're a little lost.
no. Oh, here's what. Lexi got in a fight with someone on TikTok because they were when they announced the movie. I thought they were probably going to whitewash the character, and they told me that because her race is white, they can't whitewash, but they can describe her character as having darker skin, so you can whitewash her. Yeah, this is like a touchy subject I've had with people because I am white and also stupid. Is I thought that everybody from Spain was automatically uh darker skin. I did
Nope.
not realize that majority of people in Spain are white.
Mm-hmm.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
And yeah,
I
I had to do some real research on that one. But yes, she is depicted and described as having like darker skin, and so is her whole family.
I
So
think and it's certain. My understanding is that certain regions and like depending, just like anywhere, depending on
yeah,
the region, but you can still whitewash me in my family.
whitewash me. Yeah,
I think in moments like this, there are times where like you have to have consultants when you are casting and when you're doing things. Oh, Rylie froze. And this is one of those moments where it's like you have to bring somebody in so that things like that don't happen. But even so, I think that even if you look white or not white, I think that there's a definitely a difference between being culturally white and being white. And I think that if they whitewash her, it's gonna change the context of the book. I don't know. I guess I feel like we're people are always messing with people's races when they're casting them. I'm like, why? Cast them how they were written. But they describe her character as having darker skin. Yeah, I don't know. I have they released the casting list yet? Riley's like really frozen. Yeah, I just think that there's a huge difference between being culturally white and actually white and it's they always have to mess with people's races. It's absolutely asinine. Bring the author in, bring a consultant and just do it. Do it correctly. Hopefully at this point that they'll I feel like with everything going on, you cannot mess this up. Like people are constantly being taught how they should behave and what they should do, and there's no reason for them to mess this up. Unless they do it on purpose. Unless they do it on purpose, honestly. Let me figure out where Rylie went. That was weird. I think she lost connection. But yeah, so I don't know. I think that they'll probably cast a Spaniard, but she'll be pale probably. I really hope not. I just think that there are too many people in the world who are actors, who can play these parts. And so to gloss over people who fit parts for somebody else at some point it's purposeful. To me, I've always thought that. At some point it's purposeful. Hi, welcome back.
thank you. That was
Um,
scary.
yeah, we were just talking about. So Lexi thinks that they're going to cast a Spaniard, but that they will probably be pale. And I was just explaining, like, at some point, if they do that against the actual description, like the fact that somebody could go into the book and pull out the actual description, at some point it's purposeful. And like we have or having too many come to Jesus moments, and people are having
Yeah.
conversations over and over and over again, that if we get this wrong, you cannot say, oh, my bad. What you can say is, I heard you and I don't give a shit.
I didn't even know they were making it into a movie. Was that
Mhm.
like recently announced?
No, I think it was announced a couple months ago. But they, like he says, they haven't cast it yet. A lot of these,
Oh,
so
okay.
like Spanish Love Deception, all of like the top 5 book talk books are being adopted right now. So I know It Ends With Us is
Yeah, I haven't read that one either.
It Ends With Us is actually being directed by the guy that plays.
Oh wait, I did read that one for the book
Mhm.
club.
Yes, you did.
I blocked it out.
It's being played by the guy Raphael from Jane the Virgin. The
Oh my god.
I don't know if
Which
you
guy is he playing?
he's directing it. And he's in
Oh,
real life, he's an unproblematic king. We love him. He's written many a book about toxic masculinity and having
oh
emotions as
yeah.
men. Yep. People we meet on
Oh,
vacation.
I heard about Red, White, and Royal Blue. They got to be careful with that one. I'm telling you right now
Well,
because
they cast the
there's
guy from
so
Purple
much.
Hearts. The guy from Purple Hearts is in it. And I'm like, oof. Oof, what a
There's
change.
so much. They got to be careful with Red, White, and Royal Blue because there's already so much discourse about the book itself. Like a lot. I personally enjoyed that book, but a lot of gay men, bisexual men, had a lot of problems with the depictions, which is totally valid. And people have a lot of problems with Rainbow Rowell's writing to begin with, which is also
Mm.
totally valid. I personally thought it was fun, but
Isn't that hard when you're like,
I'm not gonna like,
no?
ooh, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like that's
And
go
that's
ahead and
all
be
we'll
mad
say
about
on
it.
that. Um,
Ooh,
but people we meet on
yeah.
vacation, what is it going to be? I hated that book
I
so
didn't even read that one.
much.
That one's the I haven't even read that one. You have to read the other one. The other one's way better.
I can't. I literally can't now. I'm talking about
Well,
Beach.
you're gonna have to. It's in the jar eventually. You'll have
I've heard that Book Lovers is literally like shatteringly beautiful.
Beach Read
Rude.
is
But I did not like people we met on vacation. I will double down on that.
yeah.
This may break it
Beach
because
read is better than people we meet on vacation, I think. Beach read's better than book lovers, for sure.
I've heard that Book Lovers is. So you read both of them?
It's not. Yeah.
Okay. Beach Read is better. I will not read any of them.
Beach read is better.
I'll never
You're
get.
gonna have to. They're all in the jar. All three of them are in the jar.
I'll dissolve this book club before you'll log in
Oh
one
my
day and it'll be gone.
god. If
Uh,
I read Praise, you can read Emily Henry.
First of all, you read Sinner. Praise
Whatever the fuck. Who gives a hell? They're all bad.
Sinner is one of my favorites. It really is. I love it. Love it.
God. Okay, we really lost the plot on this one a lot. It's already 7:28.
It. Oh my god. Okay, final ratings.
I give it a 3. I didn't hate it, but it wasn't my favorite. If they'd cut the first 50 pages, I would have been so much more enthralled.
Mm-hmm.
Erin is great. Lena, she's got some stuff. She needs to go to therapy.
Lena is
Mostly.
a bouncing board for Aaron. Like he's like that's Aaron stands on Lena's shoulders.
Yeah. Yeah, she really needs to go to get some help with her what is it like some kind of attachment style. It's like the Lexi, help me out. No. No. No, not trauma. Hold on, please give me your rating while I look this up.
So going back to my original rating, can't change it after the fact. 5 out of 5. 5 out of 5 stars for me. Aaron Blackman's high quality. I agree with Lexi. I'm just a hole for Aaron. He could run me over with his car and I'd say thank you.
Did you see that Dylan O'Brien thing where it's like, I'm just a hole for you, sir? And he read it out loud and he was like,
I did see that. And he was like, whoa.
Yeah.
He takes it all in stride though.
Avoidant.
Ah.
That's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you are. Avoidant attachment. I'm an anxious attachment.
Yeah, you're right. I was gonna
I
argue,
know.
but I can't. I'm also a hole for that man. Dylan O'Brien, yes.
Dylan O'Brien.
Yes.
This club should really just be called Holes for Dylan O'Brien.
We'll just change it to holes. We won't specify
Just
who
holes.
for, but holes.
Holes by Louis Satcher. The book.
You're so dumb. Okay, spice rating.
Dig it up, dig it. Oh, I don't know, 2. There was like 2 spices.
Brand name change.
Yeah, I'll do 2.5. 2.5.
3. Not much.
You are rose-colored glassing.
Oh yeah.
This whole book.
Not because whenever the phrase "hold on to the headboard" is uttered, I'm like,
Oh yeah, yeah. I'll give it a 3 for that.
Yeah.
Actually, you're right.
yeah.
You're right. Okay.
Yeah.
This was a whole mess.
This was
Thank you, Lexi,
disaster.
for staying with us. There's other people watching, but Lexi's the only one really in here with us in the trenches.
I really hope you're not still driving during this whole time.
I don't think there's no way.
Okay, I would be very stressed out.
So the next book we're reading, unfortunately, is The Love Hypothesis.
Now I'm gonna reread it again. No,
Lexi says she's safe. Thank God.
Okay,
Thank God.
Love
Our
Hypothesis.
one loyal listener.
I know. Love Hypothesis and Ignite. And then we'll take a break after
those will be
that.
Yeah.
Well, you'll send me all the dates and I'll make them all official in the Discord. And if I can figure out how to do a video chat before then, we can start that. But if not,
it'll probably be next year when we figure that out. Yeah. Okay, everybody have such an amazing Thanksgiving next week.
I know. I'm excited. Thanksgiving's one of my favorite food.
Me too.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm out of here. Stay smutty, friends.
Bye.
Bye.